What's going on, YouTube? Evil Foo here, and tonight I have my little blade in honor of the Butcher of Blaviken here. You know, they say it's not the size of your knife that matters, it's the way you cut with it. But remember, guys with small knives always say that shit. Anyway, I want to talk about, Alright, so tonight I just want to talk about the tragic news that we got earlier today that Henry Cavill is going to be vacating the role of Geralt on The Witcher Season 4 on Netflix. I wasn't really sold on Henry Cavill at first. I loved him in Man from U.N.C.L.E., which is a super underrated movie. Unfortunately, has Armie Hammer as the other main character in there, and he's Mr. Rapey Face these days, so it's probably never going to get cult status or anything like that. But it was a great movie. It did terrible at the box office. He was good as the villain in the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie that he was in. He was great as Superman. I thought Man with Steel, or Man of Steel, Man with Steel, just some guy carrying around like a big girder. Anybody that pisses him off, just, kind of like the Walking Tall movie, but he's got a huge steel girder because he's Superman. Anyway, or he's got Shaq, like Shaq in his cheesy steel armor. He just swings Shaq around by like his ankle and knocks people out. You can level pretty much a lot of stuff with big old Shaq. But no, in Man of Steel was good. That movie had a ton of problems. One, it casted Kevin Costner as his father. I hate Kevin Costner. Hate Kevin Costner. But I did like the scene where he got sucked into the tornado. It was a stupid scene, super stupid scene. But watching Kevin Costner get sucked into a tornado, watching him get sucked, was awesome. But I didn't think Henry Cavill was going to do an excellent job. He didn't really physically look the part. He seemed, I don't know, it's not really gruff and tough. He is kind of a gruff and tough guy. And he's done much better over the years. But I thought he was a little bit prissy. But he did a fantastic job. Made the role his. He has passion. He's a geek like us. So he took that passion and really turned it into something fantastic. Nobody will replace Doug Cockle, the voice of Geralt in the games. But Henry Cavill did a fantastic job. He did a very close impression of that voice. But his and his lack of verboseness, let's say, a lot of muttering and small tones and things like that, which is perfect for Geralt. He's not, somebody that's going to sit there and talk your ear off or anything like that. It was fantastic. He did a great job, made it his own, Now, obviously, he's coming back with Black Adam. There's the little stinger at the end that, hey, look, Henry Cavill's back as Superman. And he announced on social media afterwards, yes, I'm back as Superman. So you could say maybe he doesn't have time in his schedule to make, Netflix now because he's going to go do more Man of Steel movies, more Superman movies, whatever. But I don't think that doesn't really ring true. I think more it has to do with just the way the show is being handled by the showrunner and the writers. They don't seem to have a lot of reverence for the original work. They're doing a lot of changes. Henry Cavill had to fight quite hard for quite some of the things in season 1 and just to portray the character as he did. And I think, he's a big actor. He could go do any role he wanted. And yet he's doing this small, not small, but compared to a huge blockbuster, it's smaller thing. He's dedicating his time to do this role in The Witcher. And he's doing that because of passion. He's not doing that for money. I'm sure they're giving him a great salary, but he could go make, obviously, a lot more money. But he's doing it for passion. But if you're passionate about something and you're putting all yourself into it, and you're trying to bring the best version forward, and the people that are running the show or the people that are writing the show aren't as passionate about it, or they don't have the same overall vision as you, then yeah, I can see why he would leave. Go do other things that you are passionate about. Don't don't bow down to the people that don't have that same passion. Fuck them. Go do your own thing. Let them ruin their show. Where I think Netflix is totally fucking up is recasting him. They're recasting Geralt with Liam Hemsworth, of all people, the guy from Hunger Games, a few other movies. He was like in the second Expendables movie, got killed by Jean-Claude Van Damme, which was great because he's a little prissy boy actor. He's a tall guy. He's got the frame and everything like that, but he's this kind of soft. He's like more like a male model. He doesn't have that gruffness, that toughness, the gravitas that that need you, like a young Clint Eastwood or a Mads Mikkelsen or a Charles Bronson, something like that. Just tough badass guys. You can tell they're badass guys. Liam Neeson's a badass guy, for example. But Liam Hemsworth he's never going to have that. He's never going to bring that to the role. Maybe he'll have a great impression or interpretation of the role. Maybe he'll, put his own spin on it and do it his own way, and he'll do something good. But overall, he's a pretty boy. He's always going to be a pretty boy. One thing, so I think it's probably better, or I would think it would be better. Obviously, I don't know anything. I'm just some fat old guy. on YouTube talking in my spare time here. But I think a smarter thing to do would be to have him go off, somewhere, have Henry Cavill's character, or Geralt, go off somewhere, do whatever, he's out of the world for whatever, if you want to keep that timeline going, or do a time jump, or a prequel series, something like that. I know you want to keep the other cast on there, so I would just have Geralt go off and do something else. You know what happens to him in the books. He could have that happen, and the rest could go on. But it's not like James Bond, where, a movie comes out every 2-3 years, whatever. You can recast the role. Okay, it's a new actor. It's kind of, first it's kind of, can they do it? There's always unfortunate circumstances, such as death, or somebody just leaves, they have a problem, they leave, or whatever. But you look something like Richard Harris in Harry Potter as Dumbledore. They recast his part, and the new actor came in, he made his own, and did a good job as well. Not quite the same portrayal of the character, but the overall work. He's not the main character, though. It'd be like in the third movie, all of a sudden, Harry Potter's somebody different. It doesn't really work that well, especially if, as the case of Liam Hemsworth, in my opinion, he's an inferior talent. Like, he just doesn't project that strength or gruffness. Maybe he can. Maybe he'll blow us all away, and this will redefine his career, and he'll be a cool guy from now on. Who knows? But I think it's a terrible idea. It's kind of shitty times we're in right now. I think this is like, for entertainment, I think we're living in the best of times. Like, there's so many big budgeted TV shows and movies and video games and comics and books and everything else. But they're fucking up these big opportunities. I just watched Cabinet of Curiosities, by the way, on Netflix. Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities is a fantastic show. Only had 8 episodes. Really good. But you look at things like Rings of Power. It has some fans, but overall, like, the hardcore fans, or just hardcore geeks, I think, anybody that really can analyze it, and I don't know, it's bad. It's not good. The Witcher season 2 and even parts of season 1, not that great. I fell asleep a ton in The Witcher season 2. I need to rewatch some of it. Who knows what season 3 is going to be like. Obviously, Henry Cavill is leaving, and I don't think it's just because of movie commitments, the other things he wants to do. I think he's kind of butting heads with the other, let's say, creatives. But there's a lot of adapted works. Look at anything Netflix touches, pretty much. Look at Cowboy Bebop. Wow. But it's just kind of unfortunate. They have all this talent out there and all these huge budgets, and they want to fuck them up. Respect the source material. You literally just have to adapt the source material in a good way. You don't have to make a bunch of changes to make it yours. It wasn't yours to fucking begin with. You're adapting it. You didn't create anything. Fuck off. House of Dragons, by the way, on HBO. Fantastic. I don't think it's as good as Game of Thrones yet, but the first season was fantastic and has unlimited potential. Hopefully they don't rush through the last season like they did on Game of Thrones. I still think that show is great. The last season was definitely rushed. But yeah, I just want to sit here and say I think it's fucking sucks that Henry Cavill's leaving. I think they should just end the show on a high note with him, or move to a different protagonist. I think him leaving is, it's his choice. He can do whatever he wants, but I think the show is going to suffer quite a bit. But I respect him for putting in the time and doing what he did so far, so that was awesome. And I wish him all the best. I even wish Liam Hemsworth the best. I just don't think he's going to be able to do it. But you never know. You never know. Some pretty boys can be tough. Look at Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt, after he was Tyler Durden in the best movie ever, Fight Club, he did fantastic roles after that. I mean, and you could see him as a tough guy, even though he's super pretty. So Liam Hemsworth is pretty. He just seems soft, though. Even before he did Tyler Durden, Brad Pitt, even in things like Not a River Runs Through It. What's the one with Anthony Hopkins, and he's like, screw the government, after he has a big stroke. Screw the government, screw him. Legends of the Fall, he was a tough guy in that. He kills the big bear in the end, or the bear kills him, whatever. Fantastic movie. Anyways, my point is, Liam Hemsworth can surprise us all and do a great job. I just think this is fucking terrible. I think Netflix should have done whatever it took to satisfy Henry Cavill. If the showrunner or the writers had a different vision than Henry Cavill, I think Henry Cavill is the star. He is the fucking show. So fuck the writers, fuck the showrunner. Bring in new talent, bring in different talent. They should have paid him whatever he wanted and given him whatever creative control he needed to make him happy and keep him as Geralt for however many. I remember when he first signed on, he said he would do like 6-7 seasons, something like that. But now that passion's gone. So it's more than just putting on the tights and flying around the city, because he can do that anyways. Thanks for watching. Make sure to keep your evil kung fu evil. I was going to say make sure to keep your kung fu evil, but I fucked it up. So now I'm mad!
I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.